Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your What's Behind the Scenes Tarot and Oracle card readings. These readings are for all Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We are going to start off with the money reading today. Then we will have a love reading. I want to let you know that the love reading today is by requests that I received in the comments. Some of you asked for a how do they feel about me tarot reading, and we're going to have that today when we get into the love part of this. I just want to let you know that nobody works for me. I don't have anyone who reads the comments or hits the love button. When you get those hearts and comments back, those all come from me. So thank you to all of you who have asked. Let us begin here. You've got the card of action, okay? So this, as it relates to money, we'll consult with the tarot, but it may be time to take some action if you've been evaluating and waiting. What guidance do you have for Scorpio, please, regarding what's behind the scenes about money and career? What does Scorpio need to know to improve their financial situations, please? All right, now we'll include this as a clarifier here. And we're going to have a 5-card reading. I do 2 additional cards, shadow cards as clarifiers, but we'll use this one and take one from the bottom. You've got the Queen of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Sun is in the outcome. That is fantastic. You have the 8 of Cups here and the Ace of Swords, so it may be time to take action. Now, the bottom of the deck, you've got the 3 of Wands, and you have the 9 of Wands. Now, I don't generally do reversals, but those of you who are interested in the reversed meaning of this would be about things getting easier, okay? The 9 of Wands, if things have been difficult, I feel like you may have some movement forward in what was not moving forward. With that 3 of Wands, though, that's about progress too. So I do feel like you have a time of progress showing up here with whatever your hard work has finally paid off. And if it's been watching and evaluating, I feel like now is when you're going to move forward, because the 3 of Wands is also an action card. This is saying things are going to get started. Things are going to move forward now. So with the Queen of Wands here, she's in the past. I feel like with this, your energy, that inner beauty and energy shines through. Your loyalty may have also been part of the deal that it's paid off. If you were at a job for a long time and it's time for you to move on, I feel like with the Queen of Wands, it shows. And so she's also a card of finding a match. And so in terms of work and money, this is about climbing up that ladder. I also feel like too, though, in terms of housing, you have an opportunity here, moving on from something that perhaps you've outgrown. Even if it's, when we talk about outgrowing, even if it's downsizing, where you say, I do not want a gigantic vegetable garden where I have to fend off rabbits and deer all summer, or something where you've made a decision to move into the next cycle of your life. This Queen of Wands sets the stage for it all. Now with the King of Cups here, this represents your current situation. It's you and your own energy, so a very empowered state. It's also, too, a card of self-development. So if you've been doing any type of training, learning, even on your own, researching to build up your career and money and financial path, it's working. The King of Cups is also, too, though, all about that really great life. And so I feel like we were talking about before, your hard work paying off. It's showing up here, too. I also feel like, too, if you have a job where you have to interact quite a bit with people, I do feel like you come highly regarded, where the people that are on the receiving end of your help, your interactions, feel really good about you. They're walking away saying, man, that person was easy to talk to. I really feel confident. I know they're going to take care of things. They feel very assured in your presence, like you're going to follow through. They're not worried about you dropping the ball. Now, if you're also dealing with a housing situation, I feel like you may have a King of Cups that you're encountering who is going to take care of you, because the King of Cups watches out for other people. And so you're going to find that you feel like finally somebody matches your effort. Finally, they say. And so with the Sun and the outcome, there's nothing better. I mean, the Sun is all about gains and riches. I want to point out, too, you have the only 2 cards in the deck that feature sunflowers, which are about finding a match, a connection. So anything that you're doing in terms of a new job, you're going to have the right people. Now, if you're staying at the same job in that Queen of Wands sense of loyalty, is showing up because you're staying, but you need more people. Here's where you get the right people, where life feels exciting again. And so with the sun energy, it is optimism, but it's also illumination, where things finally move forward. And I will say too, this high vibrational, the waves of the sun, high vibrational energy, where it seems like things just feel like a lucky break, but it really does have to do more with you. And I feel like how you've handled yourself in a situation. So this is also a card of action. It's a card of victory, success. If you're interviewing, this is a yes. Okay, or if you need clients, this is a yes, sign me up energy. So the Eight of Cups is in the position of what's holding you back. I feel like it's time to move forward out of something that's not necessarily broken. Those cups are upright, and so he turns his back and walks on. This is the card of the hero's journey. So if you are moving on to something new, I do feel like you've had good times where you were, but it's like it's time to move on. So I mentioned too, like downsizing a house. I get it that way too, where it's kind of bittersweet, but you say, I know I'm ready for my next chapter here. I know I'm ready to move on. And with the Ace of Swords, this is what do you need to do to push forward? You start setting those goals. Get very clear, take the action, but this is wonderful in terms of communication. So don't be afraid to communicate, to follow up, to pursue, because with this, it's setting goals and surpassing them. The Ace of Swords is all about the new, the beginning, but it also too helps you in terms of achieving. So now we'll hear from the Fortune Oracle. Then we're going to do that love reading for you all. All right, you have the card of the mountain. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. Well, I get that related to the Eight of Cups. Like, is this the right path? Somebody's still kind of questioning it. And I do feel like they're saying you're on the place of reaching a summit where you're climbing up and getting there. So we're going to take action, and now we're going to move into your love reading. All right, here we go. We're going to start off with the Moonology Manifestation Oracle card deck as a theme for today's love reading. First quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being so you know you have a vibrational quality to your voice. Command to the universe and your subconscious. What type of a relationship do you want? What type of treatment do you want from your partner? So let's consult the tarot and see what you need to know about how they feel about you. All right, what guidance do you have for Scorpio, please, about this relationship? What does Scorpio need to know, please, about the feelings and thoughts of this person? What guidance do you have for Scorpio in this relationship, please? All right. All right, 5-card reading, a little different layout, and then I will take, than the first one, I will take a couple of clarifiers from the bottom. So you got the 7 of Pentacles. This represents their feelings. The Emperor is here, the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Two of Wands. Well, I feel like they do want to grow in a partnership. Now, there's something here with this 5 of Wands, 6 of Cups. I feel like if they have a lot to balance in their life, if they have perhaps kids of their own, that 5 of Wands is a card of organizing chaos. Or even if they say that if they're in a supervisory role or they're taking care of people in some way, if they're in the medical profession, I feel like there's something about that 5 of Wands chaotic energy that does affect them to some extent. Now, they have Aries here. You've got fire, water, and air. With the 6 of Cups, though, I also feel like they're a caretaker by nature. This is somebody who does want to invest in a relationship. I feel like they're trying to figure out how they can balance it all, especially if they have a situation that feels rather time limited, like they're dealing with a lot, even if it's some kind of advanced degree or training or a test they have to take. And it just feels like they have a lot on their plate. With the 6 of Cups, though, they want a real love. They want a love that's built on a foundation of trust and where they just feel like they can totally let their guard down with you, where they can be totally transparent. Now, the 6 of Cups can also be reconciliation for those of you that are asking for it. And with that 5 of Wands, there may have been too many people in the mix kind of like especially if they had people around them who had been going through divorces or breakups. I feel like they may have had people who are just influencing them in a negative way. And I understand, like, there's no excuse for that. I'm not trying to say that was right, but I'm just telling you what I'm getting. So this represents their current feelings towards you. With the Seven of Pentacles, it is a card of evaluating, but the sevens are about success and victory. So I feel like they're trying to figure out how to have it all, how to balance a relationship with their other demands on their time. It just feels like they have a lot pulling on them. And I do feel like they want something that's going to be a long-term commitment. They're not trying to be out here messing around, playing the field and balancing multiple people at once. They have no interest in it. And I also feel like they know, or they think in their heart, that if they don't make room for you, if they don't do the right thing, that they're going to lose you. And so I do feel like it's important to them. Now, with this energy, this is the foundation of their feelings. They have a very logical energy here. And with the Emperor, he also doesn't like to play games. So I feel like they're going to be very straightforward in their communication and transparent with you, with whatever it is that may impact the relationship. Now, the Emperor is also a partner for life. And so when he commits to his Empress, he doesn't mean maybe. And what he does for her. And so I feel like they're looking for that level of commitment. They may have a family of origin where they have parents who have been married for a long time, and they know that it's possible to have that ride or die for 45, 50 years, 60 years. And so I feel like they're looking for something here where there's deep desire, but there is that connection of honesty, integrity, and soundness. Like it's not a relation. They're not looking for a relationship that needs a lot of management. And so with this Knight of Swords here, this represents external influences. So I feel like with this Knight of Swords, this to me is like, get out of my way, I'll handle this. I feel like it's them. Like there's some kind of pressure like we talked about. And they're kind of taking it on as a Knight of Swords. Like, just let me fix this and get through with this, and then we'll move on. I do feel like they see it as an inconvenience, whatever it is. Now, I hate to say that if they have kids, and maybe it's an ex that they're juggling, because I would never want to say someone's kids are an inconvenience. But I do feel like there's something about this energy where it does feel like a little bit of pressure is around them, and it is causing an influence. I mean, I'm just giving you what I get. So what they expect with the relationship with the King of Swords, again, very no nonsense, especially these two together, the foundation and what they expect. They want clear communication. And so they are all about being direct with this energy. This is somebody who says they can handle hearing what somebody else wants. So if they do ask you, what are you looking for here? They're looking for a solid answer. They're not looking for you or somebody else trying to figure out what they want to hear. And I also feel like whoever this is too, they're very intellectual. They're very in terms of like no nonsense presentation. I find it actually kind of refreshing. So where is this relationship headed is a Two of Wands. You've got the Gardens of the Magician here, but the twos are about partnerships. This is somebody that sees a future with you. I do feel like they're trying to navigate some other issues, and that has been a bit of a conundrum for them, because I feel like too, they kind of have this goal of like, they want to have it all. And they don't want to compromise and settle and give up parts of a really happy, joyous life. So I do feel like with this is a card of saying like, it's time to start thinking about moving in together, planning a future, taking those actions that show that you mean it, showing that you want a future by your actions. So now we'll hear from the Whispers of Love about this. Consider your foundation. See, this makes a lot of sense to me. Look at how committed you are to love. So again, I feel like that may be more about them, but if you relate to that too, we'll get what we are. And if we're not very committed to love, we'll get little snapshots of it, but not the full enchilada. And we want the whole thing, darn it. So good things are on the way for you, Scorpio. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.